Anyway, you see, as long you're a great casualty, you will not win the war in the way you should. It's a war, potato. What we regret casualty and our war is not against Iranian. What the heck does that mean? I mean, I understand diplomacy, that you don't say what you want to do and you don't do what you want to say or what you say. But give me a break. Just give me a break. Even my stomach don't like what you are saying. The enemy wish to eliminate every single one of you. Death to America, death to Israel. And then the Israeli have to be politically correct. The thing that so we saw in Israel, we regret any casualty because simply we are trying not to take a casualty. So and this is why you're not finishing the war fast. You call them, you tell them we want to hit this building, and then the terrorists they run away. You call them, you say to them we want to hit this building, they take the uranium out. When those people will learn that you cannot win the war by wearing a suit, it's a war. Do you know what war means? In war, people die. It's a war. They want to accomplish the mission of victory without casualty. Lord have mercy.
Clark, we've been watching the developments over the course of the last few hours. Speaking there to the Israeli ambassador to the UN, he sort of dismissed the idea that this was staged. He said this was a direct attack on a US base. But from what we know, this is now both sides attempting to de-escalate the situation, the United States and Iran, and for Iran to find some kind of off-ramp now.
It looks like it, yes. The Iranians certainly were never going to let this pass without a fairly quick reaction. And I think there's quite a lot of indication that the Ayatollah Khamenei has actually devolved quite a lot of immediate decision-making to the chiefs of the IRGC, the Iranian Republican Guard Corps. And they were certainly never going to be backward in the way that they responded. So this has been a response. It had to be quite quick. But it is a measured response. It's still a violent response because it could have gone wrong. But attacking Al Udeid is the base at Al Udeid, the biggest American base in the region, and it has high symbolic value because of all the things that go on at Al Udeid. But equally, giving notice of the attack in effect and making sure that they attacked a very heavily defended target, I think was a way for the Iranians.
All right, our friend here, Christian Prince Islam, saying weapon industry would be the war to continue forever. My friend, war is happening everywhere. The weapon industry, they will never die as a business. It is the most successful growing business ever, because there's a competition around the world who is going to dominate who. So don't think if there is war or no war, the weapon industry will be always in the top. And people will buy weapon, there's war or not. If you think that war will make weapon, you are mistaken. They make it anyway. The buyers are there. Because everybody is scared from everybody. Those are people in Qatar who are running in the mall. See how people get scared like rats, easy? You know? Even the attack have nothing to do with those, you know, but people. Everybody chicken out. Abdul, run, 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 run. Yeah. There's two industry, they will never die. Garbage and weapon. Like if you want to buy stocks, go buy garbage stocks. They will never lose. Because as long as there's a human being, there's shit and garbage everywhere. They make money from collecting the garbage, from the recycling. They make money for free. because they take your recycle for free and they make a lot of money from it. So their stock will never lose. So if you want secure investment where you will never lose, garbage. All right? If you go right now, check in the stock market about garbage. Garbage, I'm serious. Garbage stocks. You will never lose. It's very stable because always there's garbage. Always there's garbage. And then the war, because peace will never happen. And if now we have peace, the people are buying weapons to prepare for war. And the competition, like even when you buy a weapon, are you done? No, because the weapon tomorrow is smarter than the weapon today. So if you have weapon from yesterday, is useless. So all those countries, especially like those who have money, they have to keep buying weapon regardless if they are using it or not. You can't stay with the weapon you have from before. It's old. Like now the Saudi, they are ordering, I don't know how many airplanes from USA. Will cost hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. By the time they receive them, those weapons will be old. And they will be outdated. But they will think that we are stronger because simply now we have those weapons, so we can fight our neighboring countries, but we cannot fight the one who we bought the weapon from them, because their weapon for sure is way powerful than what they gave us. So even when you buy a weapon, you know that your weapon you're buying is limited. As long as you are not the one who make it, and you are not the one who is, let us say, proceeding in advantage or advanced technology. So the industry of war is always going to be there. They'll never die. There's war, there's no war, doesn't matter. And you know, in case you do not know, that even there is some weapon or ammunition the army destroyed if they don't use them for some time, which means they consider them expired. They consider them risky even to keep or to use. Like maybe at your home you have ammunition for 15 years. You can check your bullets and you find them, you are still fine. Like still you can fire them. There's no humidity, there's no damage to them. You can fire them still. The bullet's still fine. But in the army it's not the same. Only very poor armies, they use very old ammunition. So you don't go to war, you go to war, those ammunition have to be replaced. When I was in the army, I will give you just an example about how much even waste the Department of Defense they have. I returned my computer. The computer belonged to the army, you know. This is not my personal. But when they gave me the computer and the ID with it, they give you a bag, you know. The bag is brand new. Brand new bag. So the old bag, I replace it. I went to the, what they call it, like the warehouse, and I replaced the bag for my computer. So they gave me a new bag. So when I'm done with my service, I gave the computer, and now I want to give the bag. So I went to this lady to give her the bag. She said, "Oh, why you brought it?" I said, "This is yours. I took it from the army." She said, "No, we throw them. It's a brand new. Until now I have it. Until now, I have it in my house. Brand new." I said, "You throw it? I just did use it for like 2 weeks. It's brand new. Nice bag. Very good quality." They throw it away in the garbage. So what you do not know, that there is war, there is no war. They love to waste money in purpose. And this is an example of not even an emission. This is just a bag. So you can imagine what they do with other stuff and how much waste of money. Those called Department of Defense in every country. Yeah, me myself, actually, I said I should complain, but I will complain to whom? Who's going to listen to me, you know? I took it. I brought the bag with me. I said, are you sure? So I can keep it? I said, yeah, keep it. You know? I said, can you give me a paper that I don't want to be accused that I took something not mine from the army? They said, are you kidding me? Just take it. You know? Yeah. So the war, we know it's a business. Department of Defense is a business, but it's a business you have to have. You cannot, you cannot have your country without it. All right? It's a must.
Less certain. How much damage did America's attacks on Sunday inflict on Iran's nuclear program? Our science and technology editor Tom Clark examines what we know.
Donald Trump claims it was obliterated, but just how damaged is Iran's nuclear capability? Let's start with the prime target, Iran's most advanced facility at Fordo, suspected of being used to enrich uranium close to what's needed for a nuclear bomb. Using plans seized by Israeli spies in 2018, analysts suggest this could be the layout of the tunnels under the Fordo site. Here are the access roads leading to a 250-metre-long hall containing the uranium enrichment centrifuges. An assessment of this kind almost certainly influenced the targeting of at least 3 bunker-busting bombs to these 2 specific locations above the buried facility. Ventilation shafts may have been used to allow the bombs to penetrate as far as possible to get to the buried centrifuge hall beneath. But how much damage was actually done remains unknown, and it's more than likely any stockpile of enriched uranium there was removed before the strikes. Then there were the attacks on the facility at Natanz. Israeli raids we've outlined here in orange almost certainly targeted surface buildings, including stores of enriched uranium. However, post-strike radiation monitoring suggests there was little, if any, material there. At the weekend, the Americans dropped bunker buster bombs in this yellow area, targeting thousands of enrichment centrifuges operating in bunkers below. Then there's the Isfahan complex. Again, Israeli missiles destroyed a number of buildings outlined here in orange last week. And at the weekend, US cruise missiles targeted others, including the uranium conversion plant.
Yeah, they can talk about it for the coming century, but time will tell if all of this was successful or not, because we might hear in the soon future that Iran announced that they have accomplished their first nuke. All of this now, they are claiming they did what they have done, but really nobody knows. The only thing we have to wait for the future to see how truthful the news is. All right? Don't listen to the news and don't believe the news. Do you think Israel will allow Iran to have nuke? You see, Israel still is limited in their ability. They are doing their best, but the problem is Iran is a massive country, and they have tons of mountains. They can hide stuff. It's very hard. All of this depends on how much intel and how much the Israeli are able to penetrate inside the government and the regime to spy at them. This is the only hope for Israel, so they can hunt and find out where their secret. But if the Iranian, they were able to hide their programs, like maybe there is something they don't know about, So this is what I'm saying, like, we do not know how much Israeli are successful to hunt with their spies all the secret of Iran. So if they were able to hunt everything, then there is no surprise will be happening to Israel. But if the Iranian, they were able to have a secret still, which nobody knows about, that will be a big problem. And then the war will continue again, but then it's going to be different. Then Israel have to use nuke. If Iran have nukes, Israel have to use nuke next time. They have to nuke them before they get nuked. As simple as that. And remember, Iran is a massive country compared to Israel. It is 75 times bigger than Israel. So in order for Israel to accomplish, some massive victory, they have almost to nuke everywhere in Iran, not only one place. And even that will not guarantee them that Iran will not be able to accomplish sending a missile or warhead have nukes in it. You see, today, 10 missiles were able to penetrate through the defense system of Israel. 10. So imagine if one of them have nukes. Right? 10, not one. Yeah. I heard that now the Israeli have a new system of defense join the other systems. Let us see how good this one is. Just started, and I hope they will get better in ability to defend themselves. But as long their system doesn't work like out of how to explain it to you. You see those missiles, they send them, they shoot them to the space, not directly to the country. So they go up to the sky, and then they go in outer space, and then they make like an arrow going in the direction of the target, but they don't enter the space until they are falling down, and that will give you only, I think, 2 minutes. So they are very, very, very high in the space. So the Israeli, when they are hunting, like when you see in the screen here, when you see those lights explosion, those are not the missiles. Those are the missiles after being destroyed. So there is many shots are done to destroy one missiles. One to destroy the missile, and then many others to destroy the fragment of the missiles. Those ones we see coming down are not the missiles. The missiles, the only time you will see the missile when it comes down all the way and explode. A real explosion. That is the whole missile falling down, which means they could not stop it. Otherwise, all those lights you see in the sky, those are not really the explosion you see. Those are the fragment of the missiles, and they are being destroyed before they go down to Earth to make them smaller, let's say. So they have a very short time and able to stop it.